G'day, Max. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks, Darren. How are you, mate?
Good, buddy. Thanks for jumping on this little testimonial interview, I guess we could call it.
You're welcome.
Mate, for those guys who may watch this at some point, just tell them a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where are you? And what do you do?
I'm Max. Max Maxwell's my proper full name, I guess. I'm a musician and I'm also a trader. But so I've been a sort of full-time musician for a couple of years now, and sort of a part-time musician for about 30 years.
Right.
And I live in Wellington, New Zealand.
Terrific. Max, how would you, in your own words, how would you describe your, I guess, trading experience prior to joining up with me? How did that look?
Okay, so I probably had been trading for the best part of 15 years, and I have tried everything. Obviously, when I say everything, but everything that I felt like I tried everything, but obviously not everything. But I've tried a lot of stuff. I've even, because I was a developer back in time, so I've even coded up bots and had bots that I thought were going to make lots of money through back testing that just don't produce the same results forward testing. I've done swing trading, I've done scalping, I've done, you name it, I've had a crack at everything, and I've done a bit of training with various trainers and stuff, but none of it has actually led me to being a profitable trader long term.
Yeah, right.
To be honest.
Well, then that's obviously a segue into the next question. So how did you find, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just another person who teaches clients how to trade. How did you find what I do different to your 15 years that you've been doing this thing?
How do I find it different?
What's changed? Put it that way.
Okay, so what's changed is, so primarily I'm trading off daily charts, which is a big plus for me. It gives me time to look at the charts in the morning when the rollover happens, and then take a trade based on any setups I see, based on the training I've had through you, Darren. So it's not as intense. It's not as so emotionally driven, which is what I was when I'd be doing scalping or and it is almost like a set and forget, except you do manage your stops as the trades move into profit and stuff. And I got to say, it's probably the first time I've felt like I'm maybe onto something that's actually going to turn into make me a profitable trader. Yeah, it's the first time I felt like that in a very long time. Yeah, it feels good.
How did you find first of all, the training content, the educational material, and understanding there's nothing new under the sun? What we do, what anyone does really, it's just sound price action principles. How did you find the training material? Did you found it was just flowed in? First of all, would you think it's pretty simple? It's not.
I think the strategy in itself is pretty simple. I think if you're maybe starting from scratch, you have obviously you need to learn about the foreign exchange and indices markets and stuff like that, and how they work and what a candle is and stuff. But I found the training. The thing I liked about the training is, and the thing that suits my personality is, because I can easily be an emotional guy, but I need a set of rules. And if I've got a set of rules that are clear and precise, and these are the rules, and you don't step outside these rules, if you do that, you will be a profitable trader. You know, that's kind of, that for me is the big win here and it's stuff. And I'm just trading according to the rules, and it's, I'm slowly edging my prop count up, and hopefully, within a month or two, I will have a prop account that I can trade and start making some reasonable money.
No doubt. And I look forward to that day for you as well, mate. We'll have another chat around that. That'll be a great day. How did you find our weekly Zoom calls? Typically they'll go for about an hour or so. Depends what we need to cover at any particular time. How did you find those Zoom calls? It's not about me, but did I deliver, I guess, the lessons in a sequential order where it's kind of relatively easy enough to understand and we don't rush through things? How did you find those Zoom coaching calls?
definitely they were delivered in the same order as the training is from the website and stuff. And I, off the back of that, I can see that you're a very systematic person and that you're structured and stuff. And I think that's probably why you've become a profitable trader, because you've introduced a sort of a non-emotional, structured, rules-based approach to trading. And so the calls, when we had them, they were good. You could answer questions quite clearly that I asked and say, is this a valid setup then? And you'd go, no, this is the reason, or yes, this is, and I go, okay, so now I understand it. And so,
Yeah.
So now I found the calls have been great.
Terrific. So I guess just in sort of finishing up, what would you say to someone, because I'm not for everybody, clearly. There's lots of trainers out there, and it's either going to be, 4,000 if you want to join a group option, or 6 if you want to do the one-on-one, that's with the discount. So I appreciate I'm not for everybody out there.
Yep.
What would you say to those people who may be sitting on the fence thinking, it's a chunk of money, should I, shouldn't I? What would you say, from your experience, that is? From
my experience, I'm pretty happy with the way it's worked out, and I would say do it. If you're sitting on the fence, do it. It really is. It is good. It is as good as, and it's no bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the key thing. Yeah. It's not like you're saying, and I have a look at my accounts. This is the amount of money you can make, or here's some previous trades. There's none of that. That's like, here's the course, here's the training, and here's the system, and it's a very rules-based system, and it gives you an edge in the market. I don't know if you've read it. There's a lot of books like, I can't remember the guy's name now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But that sort of talk about if you have an edge and you can stick to it, and that's where all the profitable traders right in that space. Yeah. And this, sure, you're going to have little drawdowns and stuff like that, but the main thing for me is my account is slowly going up.
Yeah. And nothing else matters except results at the end of the day. Consistent.
Exactly. Yeah. And as
even through the ebb and flow of the markets. Yeah.
And it's very clear when to take a trade, when not to take a trade.
Yeah.
Is it a valid setup? Is it not a valid setup? Where is my target? Where is my stop? That's all. And because you're trading on the daily time frames, it's not time consuming and it's not stressful, And if you're sort of doing a prop challenge and you set your amount you're prepared to risk on each trade so that you're comfortable, if you had 4 losing trades in a row, that you would still be okay, then which can happen,
Of course.
Yeah.
It's clarity is king in my view. It's just, you look at your charts and you know exactly what to do. And it's in your trading plan anyway. You just consult. If you're not sure, consult that. If it marries up with your trading plan, take the trade. If it doesn't, walk away. Exactly. I'm convinced the hardest thing that traders do, and I say this to a lot of potential clients and existing clients, the hardest thing you'll ever do is do nothing.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Yeah.
It is. And it is because you're not in a lot of trades, and you've got, you might have 3 or 4 trades going at one time or something like that, and they could be going on for a month or 2.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and which gives you the opportunity to pick up, some particularly big wins or whatever, especially if you're managing your stop and stuff like that. Yeah. And it's all good, mate. It's all good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's all gone for me. That's all I can say.
Thanks, Max. I appreciate that, mate. What would just in finishing up? How did you? I just thought of this. How did you find the, I guess the support? So what I mean by that is, if someone's doing a course and they've got a question. You would like to get that question answered as quickly as possible, not wait, days on end for an answer. How did you find that support coming from my end to you?
Oh, it's good. You're good, mate. Unless you're on a plane or in a car driving somewhere or something like that, you pretty much respond immediately, like, through one of the WhatsApp or whatever, but any questions I've got, couple of times you've even said, let's jump on a call and I'll explain it to you.
Yeah, in between our Zoom calls, that's easy done. Yeah. Terrific. Max, thanks for your time, buddy. I appreciate your input.
Oh, pleasure, mate. Thank you, Darren. Onwards and upwards, as they say.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm super keen to keep working with you. Mate, enjoy the rest of your day and let's see how the existing trades that we've got play out.
Okay. Cheers, mate.
Take care, buddy. See you, Max.
See you, Darren.